Most people think golfers live in quiet luxury. Million-dollar homes, private jets, oceanside mansions, and endorsement deals so big they don't even need to check the price tag. But what almost nobody knows is that behind the perfect swings and country club smiles, some of the biggest names in golf have lost fortunes. So massive, they barely seem real. These aren't small financial slip-ups. These are life-changing collapses, tens of millions evaporating through gambling, divorces, bad investments, schemes, lawsuits, and reckless spending. And the craziest part? Some of these golfers didn't just lose money, they lost everything. Today, we're diving into the stories the PGA Tour never wants to highlight. The golfers who made millions, burned through fortunes, and sometimes vanished completely. And the first golfer on our list set the standard for blowing money like it was a competitive sport. If you asked golf fans which player has lived the most outrageous life, John Daly would win by a landslide. And he'd probably spend the prize money before walking off the stage. Daly once admitted he burned through somewhere between $55 and $60 million. And most of it wasn't on real estate or business ventures. It was on slot machines, private jets, and living like the rules of money didn't apply to him. The most infamous story comes from a single night in Vegas, where he claimed he lost $1.65 million in just 5 hours. Not poker, not blackjack slots, the most mindless, merciless gambling game on the planet. Even Daly said he didn't know how it happened. The money just kept disappearing, and he kept hitting the button. But the gambling was only part of the downfall. Daly also went through multiple divorces, alimony fights, and lifestyle choices that turned his bank account into a revolving door. For years, his income couldn't keep up with the pace. He lived like a rock star with a PGA card. What's wild is that Daly openly laughs about it now. He jokes about being broke one day and flush the next. But behind the humor is a real financial wreck. And unbelievably, Daly isn't even close to the most shocking financial collapse in golf, because the next golfer lost more than money. He lost an entire empire. Tiger Woods might still be one of the richest athletes alive, but the money he lost during the darkest stretch of his career is staggering. His 2009 scandal didn't just destroy his image, it set off one of the most expensive chain reactions in sports. The divorce settlement with Elin Nordegren was reported at $100 to $110 million, instantly becoming one of the largest payouts ever for an athlete. But the divorce wasn't the biggest financial hit. Corporate sponsors bailed at lightning speed. Accenture, AT&T, Tag Heuer, gone. Studies at the time estimated Woods lost $25 to $30 million a year in endorsements. Even Nike quietly reduced their involvement behind the scenes. They publicly stuck by him. Add in lawsuits, therapy programs, PR damage control, and the cost of rebuilding his personal brand, and the fallout easily reached hundreds of millions in lost potential earnings. Tiger stabilized his wealth over the next decade. But during that collapse, he experienced something golf had never seen: a billionaire athlete bleeding money faster than he could win it. And while Tiger's net worth survived, the next golfer on our list wasn't so lucky. His fortune evaporated through a mix of divorces and failed business adventures, turning decades of wealth into a slow-motion disaster. Greg Norman's nickname is the Shark, but in the financial world, he was the one who got eaten. Known for his aggressive business empire, Norman built companies in real estate, clothing, golf course design, wine, restaurants, you name it, he tried it. But not all sharks survive every swim. Several of Norman's ventures lost millions, and years of expansion came with enormous costs. But his biggest financial blow wasn't business, it was personal. Norman's divorce from his first wife reportedly cost him around $105 million, one of the most expensive splits in professional sports. And his second marriage? That one was short-lived and allegedly expensive too, adding fuel to the rumor that Norman's personal life drained more cash than any business mistake. By the mid-2000s, insiders whispered that Norman's net worth took a serious hit. Assets spread across multiple industries and countries lost value, certain real estate projects stalled, and industry shifts crushed some of his long-term bets. Even his iconic clothing line struggled at points before eventually being revived. Yet for everything Norman went through, he still had a business empire to fall back on. The next golfer wasn't nearly as fortunate. He watched millions disappear overnight through a scandal that rocked the financial world, and he never saw it coming. Ernie Els didn't blow money on yachts or gambling. He didn't divorce his way into financial chaos. Instead, he became one of the biggest athletic victims of the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, a financial disaster that cost investors around $20 billion. Els was rumored to have lost somewhere between $20 and $30 million in the collapse. Friends described him as shocked, betrayed, and forced to rethink every financial plan for his businesses, his foundation, and his family. What made it worse was that Els had always been known as one of the smartest, most disciplined golfers financially. He wasn't reckless, he wasn't flashy, and yet he still got caught in one of the biggest fraud cases ever. the impact didn't end with the lost money. Some insiders claimed that Els had to restructure parts of his global business operations afterward. There were even whispers that the financial strain touched the early operations of the Ernie Els Autism Foundation, though the organization survived losing money to a scam that big would crack anyone. But as dramatic as it was, the next golfer lost millions for a completely different reason, a legal battle that spiraled into years of stress, fees, and rumors that he was burning cash faster than he could control it. Vijay Singh has always been one of the most intense, relentless competitors in golf, but the battles he fought off the course cost him far more than anything on the leaderboard. The trouble started in 2013 when Singh was accused of using deer antler spray, a product tied to banned substances. Singh insisted he was innocent and sued the PGA Tour. The lawsuit dragged on for years, with legal fees rumored to be in the millions. Lawyers, filings, counter-arguments, negotiations. The expenses piled up like bunker sand, and even though Singh eventually settled, the financial toll left a mark that never truly faded. At the same time, Singh faced problems with investment partnerships that went sideways. Some business deals didn't perform. Others were rumored to have been mismanaged. Between legal costs, bad investments, and the sheer expense of maintaining a professional lifestyle at his level, Singh reportedly went through more money than he expected. But the next golfer on this list didn't lose money through lawsuits or scams. His downfall came from a single decision so extreme that fans still talk about it today. A decision that may have forced him into one of the strangest disappearances in golf history. Anthony Kim was supposed to be the future of American golf. Charisma, swagger, star power, he had everything. Then suddenly, he vanished. No tournaments, no interviews, no explanations, just gone. The most persistent rumor? That Kim collected a massive insurance payout, allegedly between $10 and $20 million due to career-ending injuries. But there was a catch. If he ever returned to professional golf, he'd have to give the money back. So Kim stayed hidden. For almost a decade, fans saw blurry phone photos, vague sightings, and whispers that he was living quietly somewhere in Texas. But insiders claimed the real issue wasn't just the insurance policy, it was money trouble. Kim reportedly lived large during his early tour days, burning through cash quickly and investing in things that didn't pan out. By the time he resurfaced in 2024 for a shocking LIV Golf comeback, questions exploded online. Did he run out of insurance money? Did he break the policy? Did LIV pay him enough to offset the loss? Kim's story is still a mystery, but the next golfer on our list suffered a downfall far more public and far more painful to watch. He didn't get a secret insurance payout. Instead, he watched his world ranking crash, his star power evaporate, and tens of millions in earnings potential disappear. David Duval went from being the best golfer on the planet to vanishing from leaderboards in what felt like a blink. In the late 90s, Duval was unstoppable. Major winner, world #1, Nike star, corporate favorite, millionaire several times over. Then everything unraveled. Injuries piled up, his confidence evaporated, his swing fell apart, and the endorsements vanished. It wasn't one big financial hit, it was death by 1,000 tiny cuts. Duval lost not only the money he had in the bank, but the money he would have earned if his career had stayed on track. Experts estimated Duval lost somewhere around $15 to $20 million in potential earnings as his ranking nosedived. To his credit, Duval eventually rebuilt a successful career as a commentator, but the financial wreckage from his sudden collapse never fully disappeared. And as tough as Duval's fall was, the final golfer on our list experienced something even more chaotic. A series of real-world embarrassments and scams that drained his reputation, his sponsorships, and a shocking amount of his fortune. Robert Allenby's financial downfall reads like a tabloid thriller. Over the years, Allenby has claimed he was robbed, drugged, assaulted, scammed, and dragged into situations that make no sense on paper. Whether every detail is true or not, one thing is clear: he lost a lot of money. Allenby admitted he lost millions to bad investments throughout his career. Critics say he trusted the wrong people. Supporters say he was targeted. What's undeniable is that Allenby's reputation took blow after blow. Sponsors backed away. Fans grew skeptical. And the chaotic stories surrounding him created an image of instability. A death sentence for endorsements, one incident in particular, where Allenby claimed he was kidnapped and dumped in a park in Hawaii, drew intense scrutiny. Reports later suggested parts of the story didn't line up. Whatever really happened, the fallout hit his bank account hard. Legal issues, public embarrassment, reputation damage, all of it chipped away at his fortune. By the late 2000s, the golfer who once earned millions a year was barely hanging on to his career. And while he still denies some accusations, the financial losses were undeniable. Golf might look like a calm, refined sport, but behind the scenes, money moves faster than a downhill putt at Augusta. These golfers show that it doesn't matter how much you earn. If your lifestyle outruns your income, the game stops being fun and starts being a financial nightmare. From Daly's million-dollar slot machine nights, to Tiger's empire-shaking scandal, to Ponzi schemes, lawsuits, failed businesses, and mysterious disappearances, the truth is simple. Golf creates millionaires, but it also creates some of the most unbelievable financial disasters in sports history. And here's the craziest part. For every golfer who lost a fortune, there's another who became insanely rich without even winning big tournaments. That's coming up next. Golfers who made more money off the course than on it. Stay tuned. You won't believe who's on that list.